Mm-hmm.
And I think that's maybe with certain individuals what seems to work really well for me. With everyone, it's about managing their expectations. But if they believe they can do something, then who am I to tell them they can't? I might let them know what's realistic in the next 12 months. But if someone's ambition is to go on to become an international lifter, my job is to help them find a path. And this sport is something that you will question yourself in time and time again. A bad training session can make you feel like you just wasted a whole month from one lift. One bad rep changes your whole mindset on how a training block went. My responsibility to those individuals is to hop on the phone to them and say, hey, what about all these great things we just did for the last 6 weeks? Like, that's not gone. You had one bad session, one misgroove, one shitty night's sleep. You can't just allow yourself to doubt anymore. Like, I am their biggest cheerleader. No one wants to see them do better than me. And it's the truth, and I think that's just it's just this, it's not that I have this tactic or this, method. It's just who I am. And if the chemistry is there with the individual, I'm going to give them 110% every single time. Like, I'm always going to be there for them. I'm going to be, I'm going to stand by their side. I'm going to give them a hug when they need it. I'm going to be a shoulder they can cry on and an ear they can scream into. At no point am I ever going to turn my back on them. I will always have their best interest first. And that's something that I always drive home. Because sometimes you're sending out a program or whatever, right? And it's like, this is the outcome of the program. This is what we're hoping to achieve from this. Well, I don't know about this. Well, what if we try this then? And, you get into these conversations. And sometimes you have to be on the phone because a text just sometimes isn't enough. There's so much context missing. There's so much tone missing. Like, tone is so important.
100%.
And I think that's the approach that I'll always take with it. I need them to hear the sincerity in my voice. I need them to understand that we're doing this to help you get better. And when you're having a bad day or a bad session or a bad thing in life comes up, that's okay. And let's say you can't string together 6 weeks of good training. I will try to reassure you that that's okay. So yeah, that's where that I'm your powerlifting dad comes from. It's like I want to see you win. I want to see you achieve your goals, and it fills me with nothing but pride to see that happen. It's like that's all I want to see from those people. Like they've entrusted me to help them get to where they want to go. And that's my responsibility to them. And I do not take that for granted for one moment. And I'm aware of the impact that a coaching relationship can have on an athlete. I have a responsibility to those people to help them, and that's what they've asked me to do. And I'm like, okay, that's what I'll do. When Deeren came on board, it was like, this is what I want to do. And, you can have many ups and downs throughout those blocks. It's like, stop selling yourself short. And if you won't believe in you, then I'll do it for you. Working with Jane, like Jane's an incredible person, incredible lifter. Like, honestly, I've never seen anybody as driven as this. Like such
a hard worker.
My God, like inspiringly driven. I'm like, and the relationship that I had with Jane again was just very, very. We became very close, and that was my job, was to help look after her. It was to help guide her in the right direction. And she got the internship with the strength guys, and for me, that was a super moment of pride. Like, there's an impact that I've managed to have on someone that maybe led to inspiring them to become a coach themselves. They want to do more, be more. And I got to be a part of that story for them.
Yeah.
That for me is huge. Like, I got to help Jane become 63 kilo junior national champion. Helped her get towards her first 2 international caps. Like, those are huge moments, to see someone set out these goals and be like, this is what I want to do. And honestly, she fucking did it.
Yes.
Because she's that driven. The programming is fine as long as, you have some basic idea of what you're trying to achieve from it. That'll kind of look after itself.
Yeah.
My job is sometimes to help point you back in the right direction. And that's what I try to do with them. Just those people that I work with, they inspire me and they drive me to be better. They challenge me to be better. And I try to give them the best of everything that I can, whether that's making sure that they get a time, to have a chat on the phone, whether that means giving up time out of my day to get to know them, or whether that means I send them a pair of squat shoes because they need to try some out, or they need an extra pair of wrist straps, or need me to bring headphones to a comp.
Yeah.
Whatever they need, I'm in their corner, because my only goal is to help them achieve what they've set out to do.
Yeah. And it's having somebody there that they know that they can lean on, and you will take it. You're fine. You'll absorb it all. I know there's a post, I can't remember what, I think it might have been prior to that, maybe coming into nationals. Lauren posted like a little collage of the two of you. And it was her saying, like, you were there for all the, like, the cheers, the high fives, her shouting at you, crying, calling you up at all hours. And same with Darren. Darren mentioned, she'd be ringing you at all hours of the morning, just because sometimes people just need that person. And I have massive respect for that, because there's not a lot of coaches that are willing to be that person. A lot of coaches, that is their job. I send you out your program, I check in with you once a week, and I don't want to hear from you the rest of the time. But you're obviously the guy who's willing to put this massive amount of time investment in these people. And like I mentioned, Jane spoke very highly on the podcast. Didn't need to mention anything about her performances. Just talked about how great you made her feel. And I think you're right. You got to play a part in helping her become everything she's becoming and become. She's achieved so much in her time in the sport. So kudos to you for that, because that is, when you said you wanted to set out to get more people into this, to show them how cool it is and how strong they can be, you're living that now.
Yeah, man, I'm living my dream every day. Like, I wake up with nothing but, feeling grateful for everything that I get to do.